So here's my beach supper, Mr. Noodle, and I'm gonna throw in a can of tuna. Far less than what I was dreaming of. But considering I scored myself some other treasures this evening, I'm going to suffice with tuna. Tourist towns are great for nice trendy clothing and pretty things, pretty bracelets, nice sarongs. So yeah, I'm settling for tuna and Mr. Noodle. Hey there YouTube, how's it going? I am doing pretty well. As you can see, I'm at the beach. I'm not on the farm. I took a couple days off and just escaped for a bit, took a road trip. This is not the prettiest of beaches. This is definitely not the cleanest of beaches, but it is one of my favorites. And the reason being is because it's kind of desolate. There's no tourists here. There's nobody here. Nobody here. Except for my dog. Got my car here. Nobody here. There's actually the highway right there. Truck going by. And there's a house right across the road. But besides from that, this is why I like this beach. I enjoy the tourist beaches, but it's a lot more stressful now that actually I have two dogs. Olive, out on her own, was okay, easy to handle, but this guy here has zero discipline. So last night I actually camped out on another beach further south, and I kind of wanted to talk about how to camp on a beach safely. A lot of people want to camp on beaches, and I've done it 3 or 4 times now on different beaches, and I had a problem only once, and that was the first time. So I'm going to share some tips with you about how to camp safely on the beach. Number 1 is I do not sleep out on the sand. I sleep in my car. I don't sleep in a tent. The car gives me the security of locking the doors, keeping my stuff safe. Actually, last night I actually had the windows open almost all the way because it was just so hot. Puppy sleeps outside, loose, not with a chain, and Olive sleeps in the car because I know she's just too nervous and she's just too precious to me. I can't risk her. But at a certain point during the night, there was maybe an animal or something, and I opened the door and let Olive out, and I fell back asleep. And then I was subconsciously stressed out, and I woke up and opened the door, and she was outside laying on the sand with Puppy. So I brought her back in. But having 2 dogs and a car is a major win as for security. My dogs are not violent. They're not going to attack anyone by any means, but they will bark. Even if it's 1-2 barks, just say, hey, I'm surprised that there's somebody coming. That's enough for me to be aware. And if I were sleeping in my car alone without dogs, I probably never would have opened the windows like that. Maybe an inch or something. Also in my car with me, I have a machete that I bring for searching for coconuts. And I also have an air tank pow thing, which I would never think about using. It's only for intimidation purposes, to kind of like just to have that sense of security. Being on the beach with dogs is also another challenge, as well as they are a handy little device. This one here decided to charge a local last night, and I think she wanted to charge it to kind of go greet it and maybe play, but that dog lunged at her and bit her eye and cut on the inside of her eyelid, and by morning it was nastily infected. So I left that beach where I was, and luckily there was a veterinarian about 2 kilometers away. So I got some eye drops and an antibiotic shot for her, but it kind of put a dampers on my vacation. And to be honest with you, every time I do a beach camp out like this, there's usually always something. Last time I came out, the radiator in my car blew and I had to get it towed all the way back. But this one here has gone pretty well, aside from Olive getting her eye cut and Puppy's learning to properly socialize. Another point about camping on the beaches that I would recommend is to really analyze, really have a sense of, it's ingrained in me. I was trained in security, policing, emergency management, but for somebody who's maybe from a city or doesn't have that certain background of outdoor life or whatever, or street smarts, you really have to be aware of your surroundings. There's a term for that, situational awareness. Who is around me? Where am I parked? Would I camp here? Absolutely not. Why? Because I'm half an hour outside of a major city that has a bad rep. There is a house right across the road. Mind you, that house looks not super poor. There was a man outside cleaning the yard. It tells me they take care. You know, they could be bad people, but I don't have the impression that that's somebody that feels risky to me. Nevertheless, I would never camp right here in this parking space right from the road. My car is super visible. You never know where there's hooligans around. The other part about camping in a beach where it is a tourist town, well, a lot of those people there are just on vacation, want to have a good time, totally not a threat. On the bad side is that there are hooligans that are looking to take advantage of those people that are on vacation and looking to have a good time. I think that most often my presumption, my impression is that the people that get robbed or ripped off or violated are people who are, especially in Costa Rica, just simply being manipulated. Costa Ricans are really suave, really well at sly manipulations, and they're gonna offer to help you out, and they're gonna offer to show you somewhere nice. And you know what? You gotta be careful when those situations come up, because oftentimes there's something in the background that maybe they want. So camping on a beach in a tourist town is what I've always done, and I've always parked somewhere close enough to restaurants and bars or nightlife, yet a little bit on the outside, so that if something did happen to me, I don't have far to go. Like I said, I'm out here in the middle of nowhere. If some hooligan did come or get off the bus right there and want to take advantage of me, there's not too many people that I could call for help. So being situationally aware, making sure you're in a good location as far as, are there resources around me? Are there other people? Are there other tourists? Is it a poor neighborhood? Is it a poor area? Yeah, those things. And definitely do not just sleep out on the sand by yourself. Maybe if you have a nice strong dog, an intimidating dog, then yeah, I would throw down a blanket and pass out. But I think in general, you know, we hear a lot of stories, but I think in general it's fairly okay to sleep on a beach as long as you have your wits about you and you've measured up your situation. Yeah. If you're going to the beach and you want to pack your treats, what would you take? I would take a toothbrush and a solar panel for your telephone, so you don't get screwed when you're alone. So my car basically is your best tool You can secure all your stuff in it, and you bring everything that you need. One thing that I brought this time around is a shovel. You can guess if you're gonna stay on the beach for more than 5 hours, you might need a shovel. I've seen people, and I've seen piles of poop in the brush and stuff. Not necessarily here, but in other places. Just don't do that. Bring a shovel, a garden trowel, find a good stick, one of these palm branch stems, you know, dig yourself a hole. Let's see what I got here. Some bananas from home, lots of food. I brought a couple, a pot and my cup and a knife to cook with, but it was a bit windy last night, so I didn't make much of a fire. I bring my entire toolbox because you never know. I have here my security bag, which is basically my prepper bag. You know, I would say it's got everything I need for a good 24 hours. It doesn't have a lot of food, but it's got snacks, and it's got some first aid equipment, some electrolytes, flashlight, batteries, candles. I bring also this is the tarp for my tent that you could literally, like, what I did the first time is extend it out this way. It was raining one night, so I had an extra surface to keep dry. It's going in and out the back of my car. That's when it was just me and Olive. Yep, here's my machete. Extra dog food. These Galloper cars are super great. They've got these benches that fold down in the back. So I didn't sleep here. I slept on the back seat, and I can say that I did not sleep well. You also take lots of water. Water. I brought 2 of these 6-liter jugs of water, and this is how much I have left after 2 days. Normally that would be enough, but last night, for some reason, well, I mean, I wanted to jump in the water before I went to bed. And if you've ever been to the ocean before, if you've ever been to the beach, the ocean or the sea, the salt water can burn your skin. And I don't know why. Last night when I went into the water, I had been into the water 3 or 4 times that day already. And last thing at night, I jumped into the water, and when I came out, my skin was just burning, absolutely burning. So I just took one of those jugs and dumped half of it all over my legs. So a lot of people here in Costa Rica, they have like water tanks that go on top of the roof here, and I decided that that's what I'm gonna get. It's not for drinking water, it's for showers, for washing your hands. It's gonna be hot and gross, you don't want to drink it, but technically I could use it for cooking and boiling things. But to be able to take a shower out here after 2 days would be awesome. So I am going to right now go coconut hunting and hopefully find some sprouted coconuts to take home. And there's another tree that I'm looking for some seeds that are these fabulous beech trees. They make so much beautiful shade, and they will also grow in my area and my altitude back on the farm. So that's what we're gonna do now. Taking my machete, which could have been sharpened, but I think it'll do the job. And I found back over here yonder a coconut tree with a few nice ones on it, and it's young, it's not a tall tree. So we'll see if we can get them. You know, I think I admit those survival TV shows, Alone, Survivor, 30-Day Challenge, whatever they're called. I think that's my secret dream. You never know, maybe one day I'll apply. Don't really want to be back here in my sandals, but could have gone the other way around. Could have gone the long way around. Oh wow. Yeah, and actually a couple of weeks ago I was kind of on a trip and watching this Survivor TV show, and like they're like living in a place exactly like this. And I haven't been out here for a month. I've been out here for 2 days, but I can really sympathize with the challenges and kind of the humorousness of it sometimes too, and their lack of knowledge sometimes is quite funny. I've learned a lot, but I'm pretty sure I know I cannot climb up there. They're a lot taller than they looked from behind. This is a different kind of coconut than the ones that are on my farm, but I need to kind of get up there with a big stick. Ideally a big bamboo pole, which there is none. And this stuff is probably all rotten. It's still on the ground. What do we have here? Nothing helpful, obviously. I wonder how long that branch was there before those plants could wrap around like that. That's crazy. Some nasty toilet paper. Like I say, bury your stuff. Prawns are actually pretty strong if they're not rotten. I'm not sure I'm going to put the energy into it. That's not the right branch. Those are the good kind too. Go find something else. Guessing it's probably not strong enough to get those things down unless they're really ready to fall. It's just breaking. Damn it. Not strong enough. I wonder if I should try and climb it. But I don't know, maybe I could take it home. Get him to show me how to cut those babies open. Usually at my property I have these little green ones. Oh damn, I was gonna say that one looks fine. Here's one here. It's pretty heavy. It looks kind of young. I can't hear anything, but I'll take that back and see if I can get her open. I've got good hopes for you, baby. Oh, it just juiced on me. Oh yeah, it looks awesome. Oh yeah, this is awesome, especially that I don't have much water left. Look at that. Cheers, baby. It's nice and sweet. It's not cold, but it's sweet. I'm thinking let's take this back to my bottle of rum. How do we call the good rum here? Flor de Caña. I think I got the cheaper one, 4 years old. You gotta be careful of the cheap Costa Rican rum because apparently they put ethanol in it. But here, what do I have? Flor de Caña and my used coffee cup from this morning. So let's see how much water I got in this coconut. It's not pouring very well. Don't leak, buddy. It's leaking, it's leaking, it's leaking. You're losing it. Oh. You know in your juice box or your pop can where you have 2 holes? I'm wasting a lot of it. There we go. Woo! Coming up on 8 ounces. So this is a 12-ounce cup and I'm 3/4 full. So this is the civilized way of drinking coconut water. Oh, so good. And the dogs love it too, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna share. So I didn't share them any water, but I will give them the jelly on the inside. Oh, that was a bad shot. Jelly. This is a very, very medicinal food. The jelly is awesome. I love it. Especially with in the mornings, scrape out this jelly and eat it with granola, cacao nibs, pineapple, cinnamon. Yeah, it's great, but it's also, I'm pretty sure, antibacterial and antifungal. It's got lots of great properties, so I'm gonna share this with Olive and Puppy. Hey guys, you want a coconut? You want a coconut? Come get it. Olive, do you want one? Come on, baby girl. Here's yours. Puppy, yours is over here. You want one, Olive? Alright, so I got 2 more coconuts. One of them, obviously, I cannot eat, but I can take it home and plant it. And this is the bigger species like this that I don't have on my farm, so that's great. This one is huge. It has a, oh man. It's got a crack in it, a puncture wound, maybe when it fell. But I'm willing to try and cut it open and see if I can get the dogs some water because I gave them the last 2 cups of my water and I feel that they're still thirsty. So let's see what I can do. Because, you know, I'm choosing to be here. I'm choosing to stay a bit longer. I've got a liter of orange juice, but they're not choosing to stay here. So look out for your pets. Wow. This one's a beauty and it's full of water. I'm gonna taste it to make sure it's all right. I need my reusable straw. Pretty good, pretty good. Not as sweet as the last one, but kind of tastes like pumpkin. But let's go pour this in their dish. Olive, you want some water? Whoa, yeah, that's like 2 cups right there. You want some water? Come see. Puppy, you're thirsty? Go look. Pretty good, eh? You want to have some, Olive? Get in there, girl. So, stepping up once again. Not having to use a little scrap of wood. sushi. Puppy. Good, eh? All right, guys, we've shared 2 coconuts and some rum. Now it's getting very close to the end of the day, and I forgot that I wanted to collect up a seedling of a kind of tree, this great shade tree. Here's one here. These are typical at Caribbean beaches, maybe on the Pacific side as well. Actually, yes, they are. I don't know what they're named. It's some kind of almondero. But they're beautiful shade trees, and I really want to take one back to my property because there's 0 shade at my property. I've tried it before in the past. I took a little tiny seedling of 2 or 3 inches tall and it died. So I'm hoping to... Puppy just found some wasps. Are you okay, bud? Hoping to get 2 or 3 seedlings. What's this here? Axe. Gold Temptation. See if it still sprays. I think it's empty. It's jammed. Because I smell. Here, I wonder if I could take these. They're probably a bit too big. Hoping for something a bit smaller, just not to kill it. Yep, just yanked it out of its roots. We'll see how she does. Good luck, bud. So I got myself 2 seedlings. I got a 2.5 ride home, 2.5 hours home. So tonight I'll put them in water and hope that they'll be all right. Other than that, I got a couple seeds that I can plant. And apparently they don't need very good soil because they learn to live in the sand. So we'll see how that goes. So that was my beach excursion for this time. Yes, you can camp safely on the beach if you've got your wits about you and you can pretend to be survivor and test your competences, enjoy what the beach has to offer, but don't leave your trash. So I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys.